then you want to blend it all out. But when you blend it, you want to bring it towards the front of the face. Girl, I'm about to look so cute. You're gonna be like, wow, is that the same girl?
Girl, I see your face everywhere. When I'm going out, you'll be there.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Koko. If this is your first time here, on my channel I share beauty, self-care, fashion, and pieces of my life through vlogs. So if that's something that you're interested in, please be sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, like, and comment, okay? I need all the love, not turning down on love 2021. Alright. So in today's video, this is beginner friendly, okay? So I'm showing you how to do full face of glam, which I would consider this a full face of glam if you're a beginner, because lashes are involved, there's nose contour, there's over lip line, it's a lot, okay? And I feel like as a beginner, this is like a much needed video, especially from a makeup artist. I've been a makeup artist for 10 years. So I figured, let me give my girls a little video that can help them if they're at the beginner stage, you know? So every time I wear a look like this where I'm not really doing a lot, but it's doing a lot, you know what I'm saying? People always ask me, like, you know, how did you do that look, or what are you using, what are you wearing? And it's like, girl, this is easy. So I figured I'd make a tutorial for it, especially for my beginner girls. High five, high five, high five. And then we can just talk about it together in the comments. So if you want to know how to do this look, girl, keep watching. Mwah. Okay, so for starters, I'm just putting a little bit of the Lash lip balm on. This stuff is my favorite, but I try to save it for when I'm about to go to bed, honestly, because it's just so good and I like to sleep in it. They have a lip sleeping mask, but it's a little too expensive for my blood. Alright, so first things first, you never want to just go into doing your makeup. You want to do a little tiny bit of skincare. And why I say a little tiny bit of skincare is because I personally don't believe in drenching your face with a whole bunch of skincare products and then put makeup on top of it. Alright, so I'm going to go in with the old Henriksen Banana Bright Eye Cream. And I love using this before I do my makeup just because I use a lot of under eye setting powder. And it's very dry, of course, so you're not trying to look old and crazy. I already have bags, so like, trust me, I'm not trying to make them worse or dry them out or anything like that. Now, I'm not really the girl that, I'm always saying what I'm not really the girl, but like, hear me out. Okay, then I already went in with my Truth Serum and then my sunscreen. I use the Peter Thomas Roth sunscreen, just the bomb. So now that I have all my skincare and stuff on, I'm gonna go. Don't you laugh at how small my Milk Hydro Primer is. They just never have the big one in stores anymore, and I'm not waiting for Sephora to ship it to me. So I'm gonna go in with just a pump and a half. This is the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And okay, so let me tell you about this primer. I think this primer is so important to have because number one, it is very hydrating, but then it, you know, it is that barrier on the skin, between your skin and the makeup, and it just grips the makeup so well. So I think this is a must have. It's a must have for me. So I think everyone needs this in their kit. And then I like to let it sit for 2 minutes. And then I go in with the rest of the makeup, but I definitely let it sit for 2 minutes, so we'll be right back. As I always say, this step is optional. This is called color correction, and I like to do this sometimes if I feel like my skin or the hyperpigmentation on my skin is like showing up a lot. I like to just take a salmon color, like orange coral, but like a deep orange, deep coral color, and then I just like to color correct. So the reason that I'm even color correcting in the first place, because I know you guys are like, why do we even have to do that? You don't. Like I said, it's optional. I'm sure that your foundation and everything will cover it up, but I'm doing this because, alright, I don't want to put you guys in like art class. We do color theory and all that, but you want to use an orange or salmon colored product to camouflage any dark areas. So like across from the color wheel, orange is purple, and most of the times our dark marks on deep skin tones like mine are very purple, purplish, bluish, you know, they have purple blue undertones. So using an orange or a salmon color will camouflage that completely. As you can see, my under eye looks snatched, girl, okay? You might not know what you're looking for, but it looks snatched. And I just like to use a blending brush like this to make sure I'm getting in the fine lines. And then I'm going to take a sponge and just set that so that it doesn't bleed through my foundation. So if you have a dark under eye, this is perfect for you. You want to use this. I'm just gonna take a powder that is my complexion. This is the Maybelline Fit Me 40 powder, translucent powder. And I'm just going to set that. It's a little bit, well, the reason it looks darker is because it doesn't look dark on camera, but whatevs. All right, I'm not here to confuse you. Let me keep it back to beginner. So the reason that I like to do this is because, as you can see already, I look like 10 times better. I just look more awake. It looks like I'm younger, like, you know, because without foundation, like, look, I already look like 10 times better. No shade to me, your girl's gorgeous, but still, it just makes me look a lot more awake. And so that's why I like this step, and I don't think that you should skip it, but if you should, you'll be fine. So I'm going in with the, ooh, that looked bad. Okay, let me put the cap on it. I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation. I love this foundation, and the reason that I think it is beginner friendly and it also goes for pros and things like that is because it dries down matte, but not too matte. You're still gonna need some setting powder, and we'll get there, but you don't have to work too hard to set this, which helps beginners. Okay, so on the back of my hand, I'm just gonna do about 3 pumps. The reason that I did 3 pumps is because the hole that it comes out of is very, 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 very small compared to other foundations, and so it just comes out in a little bit. So you think you're using a lot of product, but you're really not. I like to spread the foundation all over the top of my hand, just warm it up, mix it up, because sometimes, you know, with the foundation sitting like that, sometimes it separates, the ingredients separate inside. So now I'm just going to just apply that to my face using my middle finger. This is my preferred finger. I don't, girl, use what finger you prefer to use, okay? I like to just apply that to the main areas of my face, then clean that finger off. You don't have to, it's just my little OCD bothering me. Then I'm gonna go in with the Beverly Tools 957 brush. All of this stuff that I talk about will be linked in the description. Don't you worry. And now I'm just going to stipple. Stipple means to pat and deposit quickly. I don't know if that's the legit meaning for it, but that's my meaning for it, and it's just a technique. So you stipple the product onto the skin. So I tell this to all my students and everyone that I teach how to do makeup. I think it's very important to work in sections. That way you are not getting blotchy areas and you're not just having uneven makeup. You want to work in small sections at a time. Make sure that you complete one area and then move on to the next area. So if you are wearing a hijab, you pretty much want to stop about right here. But if you are not wearing hijab, you can go underneath here. I really don't want to stain my hijab, so I'm just going to stop at about right here, just because I don't want any lines of demarcation. Okay, once you're done your foundation, you just want to take a wipe and wipe your hand clean, because girl, I can tell you stories, especially if you're doing your makeup after you get dressed. Yes, please take a wipe to the back of your hand. And now I'm going to use my concealer to brighten up my under eye and make the parts where the sun would naturally hit, to make them just pop out a lot more. That's why we highlight and contour. We just want to make it look like we're naturally sculpted. I mean, sometimes we go overboard and we do extra, but that's cute too, you know? So I'm just going to use Chai. This is from Too Faced. It is my favorite concealer of all time. It's such a beautiful formula and color. Chai is a great color anyways for me, for dark skin. Okay, so I'm just going to use a concealer brush and I'm just going to do my under eye. Now, I know as a beginner, you've heard people say do an upside down V, you have heard everything under the sun. I would tell you just to do what you want to do. Honestly, do whatever shape or whatever it reminds you of, just follow that. Like, sometimes people think it's a U. What you want to do is just go along the sides of your nose, because ultimately that's what's important, to just, you know, make your face a lot more symmetrical. And then you want to give your chin a little hit, like just a little hit of concealer. And then I like to go underneath my nose just a bit jealous of me. You're just lying. I did a reel this week. I hope you guys checked it out. If you're following me on Instagram, if you're not following me, you should. Okay, so sorry y'all if I'm jumping from thing to thing, because my brain works how it wants to work. Alhamdulillah. Okay, that concealer, you want to go as close to your under eye as you can stand, then to the sides of your nose, and then you can just blend it out just a bit. So like I said, we are highlighting the areas that the sun naturally hits. So if I were to go outside no makeup, or if I took a picture and I took a picture with flash, this area would be lit up. My under eye would be lit up, the top of my nose would be lit up, and then my chin would be lit up. So those are the areas you want to highlight. What if I told y'all that we were actually mimicking our natural beauty? What would you do with that information? Because that's literally what we're doing. But we want it to be without flaws, which is hyperpigmentation, and you can still see pimples through makeup. So not pimples, but pretty much hyperpigmentation or a complexion that's just not even. So I'm trying to keep this tutorial from being overwhelming, honestly. So I'm just taking a Morphe sponge and blending all of that concealer in. Just the concealer. We're not going to touch the foundation just yet. We're just going to blend that concealer in. Now we're going to blend out that forehead. Normally I blend out my forehead and chin first, but today I just went right in for the kill. So now we're going to blend out that chin. Just a bit jealous of me. You're just blind if you can't see. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a concealer that's a little bit lighter than Chai. It's called Chestnut. I'm just putting a little bit on that inner eye highlight. Alright, we're going to let that dry down just a little bit and then blend it out. This is going to add a little bit more pop to the under eye. So now, first we did the color correction, right? That was cute. And then we did the foundation. That was cute. And now we did the highlight. That's cute. But now we got to make it pop. Okay, so that's what Chestnut is doing right here. So we're just going to let that dry down. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, so this is what it looks like blended out. And then this one isn't blended out. So I'm just going to blend that out. I'm going to pinch the sponge to make it smaller. And then I'm just going to blend that out. Super simple. It is not too hard. Don't overthink it. I know sometimes when we get to doing our makeup, we start overthinking the entire look. Do not overthink it. Easy peasy, like, seriously. Alright, so for the next step, my only rule in makeup, honestly, is that anything wet must be set. Now, of course, your lip gloss does not have to be set with powder, like, stop playing. But anything on complexion, like when we're working with complexion, it should be set. So I'm going to use the same sponge and then go in with my under eye setting powder. This is the Fenty Pro Filter translucent powder, and the color that I'm using is Cashew. So I'm just gonna go and set the under eye. Yes, my mouth has to be open when I do this. When I do the other under eye, I'm gonna show you guys how much product I had on the sponge. So about this is how much I have on the sponge. And even though when I tapped it on, it was a lot, that will blend in because this powder is really finely milled. I'm sorry that you... Alright, so we're going to set the chin. Anywhere that we put that lighter concealer, you're going to hit it with this powder. Maybe not this powder, but a powder that is lighter than your complexion is what you want to use. Okay, so I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade 40. This is a translucent powder and I love this with all my heart. I do feel like it's just a tiny bit darker for me, but that doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all. Whenever you do your makeup just a little bit darker, it photographs well. Ooh, guys, I got a little bit of that lip gloss on my foundation. I hate that. That's why I said when I'm doing my makeup without you guys, without filming, I don't have lip gloss on because I can stand to look at my lips when they're not moisturized, like in real life, but on camera they just be looking extra sad. Alright, so now I'm gonna set the forehead. I have to lift my scarf up just a little bit, so I will do that and come right back. Alright, so now we're moving on to brows. I'm going in with e.l.f. Wow Brow, and I'm using the shade Neutral Brown. Just brushing my brows up. I like to brush my brows up when I'm doing them because number one, I don't have a lot of brows. But number two, it shows me the shape that I want to use. And then after I do this, I let it dry for about 2 minutes. But I like Wow Brow. It's so, it's gentle, so it doesn't lock the brows in place. But there's a brow tint to it, so you really get to see your little brows or whatever. And if you have a lot of brows, this is a perfect product for you because it just gives your brows just a little tint and tames them at the same time. So you're good to go, girl. Like I said, just gonna let them dry for 2 minutes. I don't know if anybody has the Benefit brow gel, but this is like the opposite of that. Like literally it doesn't stick your brows up and like laminate them up like this. Just a little tamer, very classy. So I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Auburn to pencil in the front of my brow. It's a lot less harsh than the dark brown one. And then I use the dark brown to pencil in the arch and my tail. And then I'm just going to brush that up into the brows so that it looks natural. You see? That's why I like using Auburn on the front because it looks gradient and natural. Alright, now I'm going to do the same thing over here on this brow. And again, going in with the dark brown and filling in the tail of my brow. This brow is smaller than the other brow. Like, the other brow can really, it's a lot thicker. This isn't that thick. And that's why we have makeup. Okay, girl. We got some brows on. We can actually move on to the eyes. We'll come back to the brows. Don't do anything. Even though they look crazy right here, don't touch them. Just come back to them. Okay, so before we clean up the brows, we do anything with our face, what I like to do, especially with the look that we're doing today, is go in with a bronzer over top of my lid and just apply it on your entire lid, like below the crease. So if you don't know where your crease is, you take the pencil, a brush, anything, and you just put it right here, and wherever the brush goes in. It's kind of dangerous to do, honestly. Are you ready to risk it all or not? Okay, so that is the crease right there. And I'm just applying that bronzer all over my lid. I'm not being shy where I place it because it is going all over the lid, honey. This is just going to act as an eyeshadow. For my girls who do not know how to do an eyeshadow yet, this is your jam, okay? Bronzer on the lids. This is what you want to do. It's going to always make you look like you got some sort of little natural smoky eye going. It also makes it look like you know what you're doing, okay? You don't want to leave your eyes bare. I don't like when people just leave their eyes bare. That looks crazy to me. It looks like a naked mole rat. You need to throw a little something on that eye. A little something. And like I said, your bronzer. Okay, all right. See, look at that. That just gave us like, what does je ne sais quoi mean? That's what it gave us. They gave us like that je ne sais quoi on the eyes. Like, now you look like, wow. Wow. Okay, so that's what you want. You want that wow factor. All right, now we're gonna go in and clean up the brows. Let me just bring my, all right, let me stop. All right, now we're gonna grab an angle brush and just a little bit of concealer, and we are going to clean up our brows. So when I clean up my brows, I only clean up the tail. Right underneath the arch and the tail is what I do. Like so. So I start right under the arch, grab a little bit more, I do not clean up the entire brow, and you should not let the lady in the nail salon clean up your entire brow. You should just have her clean up your arch so that it looks natural and beautiful. You see it. All right, so just cleaning up that arch. So when I do my brow concealer, I like to leave it for about a minute or two so that it can just dry down, and then I go into blending it out. Sorry, I'm cleaning as I go, don't judge me. Because girl, when I'm done filming these tutorials, it be just looking crazy. So I'm like, and that, when it looks crazy, it makes me sad. So while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm gonna go back in with the Wild Brow and just make sure that my brow hairs are standing up. Okay, girl, we want them to stand up like I got a bunch of hair. Yay! People gonna be like, look at her, she got all them brows. Yeah. All right, so now that that has dried down, I'm just going in with a concealer brush. This is by Fly Brushes. I'm gonna put my code in the bottom so you guys can get these brushes. So bomb. And I'm just blending out the harsh lines first. And then I'm gonna take this Monda Studio brush. This is brush 400. And I'm just going to blend that in so that it looks super seamless and super pretty. Look at that. Come on, girl. Tell me you don't love makeup. Like, we know none of us need it, but like, tell me you don't love it. Say I don't love it. Say you don't love it. Oh, I thought you was about to say you don't love it. It's so bomb. Now we're gonna go back in with the same brush that we used to apply our bronzer. Just make sure that we blend out any harsh lines. Okay, so here's the part where you panic and I tell you to calm down, okay? You got it. So we're gonna do our eyeliner. I know this is the part where I'm telling you, I know this because my students are always like, oh my God, do we have to do eyeliner? Yes, girl. Yes, line your eyes. The most important thing is to have a mirror that you can look down into, which I have right here, right? This is one of those little cheap mirrors that you just grab from the store. So I'm gonna look down into the mirror. Yes, give me a little reflector glow like that. Okay, so I'm going to do just a little bit of a wing. You don't have to do this, just a little bit of a wing, because I have small eyes and like I need to really, you know, try to accentuate them. And so I'm starting from the tip of the wing and then bringing it into my eyes. Again, looking down into that mirror, because when you look down into the mirror, you're able to see your lash line, and that is why anybody who does good eyeliner is able to do it. And so you just want to continue to connect in small little increments. And then we have one eye lined. This eye is like doing a little bit of a watery thing, but you just ignore that, okay? That's hate. Dry it out. And then you want to do your wing, right? And then you want to bring that mirror down. And connect it. Bring it into that inner corner. And again, putting that mirror below is going to allow you to see your lash line. Boom, we have our liner. That was so easy. Tell me that wasn't easy. That was so easy, girl. Don't you even try to complain. I mean, I had to stop breathing for a little bit, but it was very easy. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with mascara. My favorite mascara at the moment is the Falsies Push Up by Maybelline. This is how it looks. Gorgeous, okay? Gorgeous. And the wand is silicone. So you can keep it clean by putting alcohol on the wand before you put it back inside of the tube. Listen, with COVID, we don't know what is going on, okay? So we want to just make sure we're being clean and hygienic through everything. Alright, so we got the bottom mascara on and the regular mascara on. You can stop right there with eyes, but in a little bit I'm going to add some lashes because it's, you know, it's my thing. We've already added the bronzer, so now we're going to go into our nose contour. And when I'm doing a certain look and I want it to be matte, like my entire face to be matte, I like to use powders. So I'm just going to take Caramel Cutie from Fenty Beauty. Ooh, you see how she make everything rhyme? And I'm just starting at the bottom of my brows, going on the sides of my nose, and just making it do what it do, baby. I'm going up and down. So again, as you can see, I'm starting from the bottom of my brows, blending them down, and then going to the sides of my nose. I'm not going on top of my nose because that's how you get that line that the girls in those shows have, and it looks crazy. You know what shows I'm talking about. So no, you want to go at the side of your nose. You want to do your nose shape, not nobody else's. You don't want to make your nose look skinnier. You just want to look more symmetrical. So you just want to dust a little bit of that underneath your nose. I'm going to go in with a powder that's just a little tiny bit darker because I really want to see the magic. Okay, I want to see the magic. Alright, so I'm going to do just a bit right here. You see the magic. Yeah. Okay, and now I'm gonna go on with that same bronzer and just marry this entire section together. Look at her, looking like a baddie. Okay, so to contour my face, I like to go in with a very, very deep shade, and this is Filter. This is by Morphe, and it's Filter 15. And this is what I'm going to contour with. So contour means to add depth to your face, to make a certain area look like it's receding, like it's going in. Okay, girl? So what I can say may help you is by actually doing the faces. and just following that, okay? You'll get so good at doing your makeup that you don't even need to make the faces. You know where everything goes. But in the meantime, I'm gonna make the faces with you. Look at that. Snatched, okay? Back to the face. Yeah. It's given, right? This is what contouring does. Before I contoured, I was giving pie face. Everything was one. Everything was flat. No. You want to contour to add that depth. Make things pop out and stand out, honey, okay? Alright, so I'm going in with Mocha Mommy, and I'm just going to go over that contour just to warm it up a little bit. You know, just to give the face a little bit of warmth. We are not done in this entire department. We have 2 more steps to go. Alright, so we warmed that up. Now, after you warm that up, you want to hit it with some blush. Yes, girl, you need to use blush. I'm not playing with you. So I'm using the Makeup Revolution Roxy blush, and it's my fave right now. I currently do not use, well, I told you 2 steps, so let's just do this. So now this is a reddish maroon color blush, and I like to just begin my blush on top of that contour, but bringing it in towards the front of the face just a little bit. I'm still getting makeup on my hijab. This is like insane. Right? I'm gonna do that. But then hold up. This is what really takes it to the next notch. So this is the CoverGirl Hot Frenzy. Is it called Hot Frenzy? Sorry, it's called So Flushed. I thought it was called Hot Frenzy. Oh no, it is called Hot Frenzy. I told you I know my stuff. Okay, so you want to take Hot Frenzy, right? It's a beautiful orange. Oh, look at it on the blush. Oh my god. Be careful with this one, girl, because this is a banger. You want to just apply that, right? You can see that on the skin, right? Okay. 1 second. So now you want to do the same thing over here. You can see that, right? Right, okay. Okay, so after you've done that, you want to take your brush and wipe it on a napkin, like so, just to get the products off. And then you want to blend it all out. But when you blend it, you want to bring it towards the front of the face. Girl, I'm about to look so cute. You're going to be like, wow, is that the same girl? Alright. Boom. 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 Right at the front of the face. Boom. 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 What are we giving? This is so freaking gorgeous. And right here we still have this very harsh situation going on, but we're going to blend that. But look at this. Cute, right? Right. Okay. Do the same thing over here. We blend that towards the front. Smile if you need to, girl. And just like that, we are like, wow, so beautiful. I mean, we started off beautiful, all of us, right? Okay, for the lashes, we can either do brassiere or we could do garter. Wow. Yay! Or garter. Yay! Sounds like the people wanted us to do brassiere. Okay. Thank you guys for voting. Okay, now I'm just wiping the lip gloss off. I'm let that dry, and I'm going to apply my lashes. So how I apply the lashes is the same way that I apply, oops, gotta cut something off, 1 second. So how I apply my lashes is the same way that I apply the eyeliner. Just looking down into the mirror. And that's the way that you get to see your lash line. Girl, stick with me, stick on this channel. You will be beating your face in no time. You're gonna be like, wow, this is so easy. Look at that. Like, you thought y'all wasn't about to put lashes on. Girl, go get your lashes, get some glue, and let's do this together. That step is so crucial to do. to look down into the mirror. I love this. Love this look. Love this look for us girls. Sorry, my phone is just never not going off. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and line my lips. I'm going to do a nude lip today. And if my face feels like it looks too flat with all the nudes, I'm just going to go and add a little bit more blush. Because it can't be too flat. You have to have color somewhere. Our natural face has color somewhere. So the nude that I'm going to wear today is by Mented. This shade is called Brand Nude. Love it. I'm just relining my lips because this is so pigmented and opaque that sometimes it will take your lip liner away. But you want your lipstick to be like this so that you can't see the shade of your natural lips. Now I'm gonna go in with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeline. Alright, so the look is done. What do you think of this look? This was not hard, so don't you even say that it was hard. It was very easy to follow. Well, that's easy for me to say, right? I guess I should sit back and wait till you guys tell me what you think of this, what you thought of this tutorial. I'm sorry, can't talk today. But anyways, very simple, and the more you practice this look, the easier it will be to do. And I hope that I broke everything down. Alright y'all, I gotta go. It is golden hour. I'm gonna take advantage of this sunlight. You hear me? Get some vitamin D and just get some pretty pictures. But I love you guys. I appreciate you watching. Everything that we use today will be in the description. However, if I forget anything, I'm gonna put it. Just let me know in the comments and I'm going to update the description, okay? Does that work? Does that help? Okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, peace and love to all of you.